Hey there. Can you hear me?
I can, Sue. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, good.
Good. Okay. Are you in the office or working from home today?
I am working at home.
Okay. Great.
I'm so glad I emailed you because I just thought I should probably ask Sue if I.
Yeah. Well, I can't keep up with everybody. Do you still have those other two people that need training as well, or are they still with your department or section?
I didn't know who you were talking about. So I
Ones
think it's just me.
the ones that need to make they needed to post. You had sent me an email, I guess, last year saying that you had two other people in your unit that needed to post public notices,
Oh, yeah.
bonds and things. Are they even with you guys anymore?
Yes, and they are both working from home. And Roseanne wanted them to be my backups. That's what it is.
What's that again?
Roseanne wanted Sarah and Amy to be my backup.
Okay.
So
Can you send them an email to let them know that they need training and to contact me so that I can find out who they are again? I can't remember who they are. I can't keep
yeah,
up with all the new people. They're just our agency's got so many people. But anyway, so basically you and them um, need to post public notices for bond sales or what else?
yes, they are conduits in their bond sales, and so I think it's some type of rule that we need to post a TEFRA meeting so that people can come in and give comments or
Public
anything.
hearings.
Yes, public hearings, and so
Okay.
that's basically all I do. Oh, I do post the quarterly reports also.
Okay. We'll go over that then.
Okay. But yes, I can send them an email so that they can get training from you.
Yeah, that would be great. Okay. So I hope you have some paper and a pen.
Yep, I'm ready.
So, because this is going to be way different than what you're used to.
Is it?
In the back. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sure it's exciting. But don't get overwhelmed because it is different. Just listen to what I say first. And I am given the option to each person that I train if they want me to record just their little session so that they can re-listen to it and go
Oh,
because if that's helpful to you, I can do that.
oh, yeah, that would be helpful. Oh, that would be perfect. Thank you.
Okay, that'd be great. Okay, I will do that then right now.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a recording. I'm have a one-on-one with Kathie, and we are going to go over how to post public hearings and notices, as well as post quarterly reports for the debt management area. So I have a couple. Kathie, have you been in any of our overview of the websites? I don't remember you in any groups that kind of go over what are some of the main priorities of this new website. Do you recall
I haven't.
that? I probably
Nope.
should go over that with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go over it with the other people too. It just helps you understand why we do certain things on this new SharePoint.
Okay.
So starting from the top, from the beginning, I'm going to get rid of some of these controls I have floating on the top and get rid of my picture. So from the agency's new website, I'm in the authoring part of the website, but I can still demo everything as if I was on the live website. So it looks basically the same.
Mm-hmm.
But on the authoring site, in the old one, you would have your controls over on the left corner,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see the website screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you'll have a brand new link to do the authoring. And instead on the left side where your controls are to edit a page or that kind of thing, they're now over to the right side, which is easier on people's. You'll always go to the right corner, top corner to do your edits.
Okay.
So and I'm going to go ahead and go to the live site because it just shows more information. So the way that all agencies were instructed for creating their home pages was to follow some very top priorities. One being mobile first. So we're pretty much up to about 70% of our visitors, the state of Oregon web pages, on either a tablet or a cell phone device.
Okay.
And the other thing, and so the motto with state of Oregon websites is mobile first. So everything needs to be tailored to mobile friendliness. And that's the priority one. Priority two is everything on the home page needs to be top task. And so the top task came from looking at all of our Google Analytics and organizing those top tasks by categories. So and that was studied for the last 2 years. So, everything on this homepage, these buckets, these links, were the top tasks that people needed to know about home ownership. How to buy a home, what kind of first-time home buyer program do we have, how to know how to apply for it, what was down payment assistance, how do I save my home if I can't make the rent to mortgage payment, and then our lenders are our top task partners for them making the reservations and getting the forms that they need.
Okay.
And then our second one has always been energy assistance, utility bill payment help. So those two have been number 2. And so when you do a mobile first layout, when it condenses, home ownership is 1, energy weatherization is 2, housing assistance, people need to know where they can get low-income housing, rental housing. Then it gets down into homelessness. How do I find shelter for my family? We're homeless. Housing development, and then so on, compliance and provider resources. So those were developed according to a Google Analytics. So that was top task. And just because these are the top tasks doesn't mean that that's all that we have on home ownership. It just needed to be on the home page.
I see.
Every category has a link on the picture and on this label to their own dashboards. So this dashboard now is for home buyers and homeowners and everything that we offer for this type of customer, or this, would you say, target audience, the audience. So from left to right, every dashboard that we have from our home page follows a consistent pattern. Homeownership, housing assistance, housing development, housing compliance. When we get to that dashboard, it starts off from left to right to be public facing information. Still public if there's a secondary audience. So we've got home buyers and we also help homeowners. Then the third type of audience that we serve are our lenders and partners, and then additional resources. And that's the same pattern that we use over and over for the different programs or categories on our website. So again, funding opportunities for our partners are very important for the public developers, partner engagement, program information, and partner resources. And it's the same from every dashboard. So I just kind of wanted to go over that.
Okay.
And then before we get to your area, I just want to say that from their dashboard, if we go into a page level, that dashboard that you saw on that previous page turns into a left navigation. Okay, so everything under home buyers
Okay.
and homeowners and lenders and partners.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so that's from the top
Makes sense.
to a dashboard and then to a page. So now we're going to go to where your information would live that you would need to work with. And that all pretty much falls under About OHCS. So About OHCS has various categories, and your quarterly reports fall under agency reports. We can also, and this is a question for you or Roseanne, if you think you'd like to have your own separate line, I could create just a quarterly reports task here and it would go directly to your page. But right now I have it under agency reports. So
Okay. I can ask her, later.
Yeah, okay. So under agency reports, I have it labeled as bond disclosure reports. And it follows that same disclaimer that was on it before, that Bob was very adamant that people just know about, you know, the pretty much.
Right.
Then here are the two links. So, but you don't go into a page to edit anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you how that's done because this is a web part. And these are parts that flatten the site. So as you can see that becomes a very long thing. And if somebody isn't interested in bond disclosures reports, then they may not want to read that. So it just flattens the site. Somebody will click on the areas that they want to get the information on. And so this is a web part, and we're going to go behind the scenes. And what I show you with this agency reports is going to be the same kind of process that you would use for public notices. But we'll go through this one first, and then we'll go to the public notices one.
Okay.
So normally you have, you know, do you usually post both reports at the same time?
Yes.
So you would have two PDFs that are ready to replace on the website. And you would do the same thing that you did before. You would upload those PDFs, right? And then
Yes.
you them. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So how we go about doing it now in the authoring site is you would log in and you would see your name over here. And then what you need to do, right, as you get to, you'd have your PDFs ready to go, and you need to be in the mini site. So each one of these categories has a mini site.
Oh.
You see this little house icon, and then home buyers and homeowners is its own mini site. It only has its information.
Okay.
Or we would have old site, we would have all of our pages under pages. We'd have all 500 pages under the folder of the pages. And for images, we'd have all 1,200 images under images.
Wow.
Now, with this new website, we have just the pages, just the images, just the documents. Everything that goes with that mini site is just in that mini site. And another way to see this is not only just at the page level, but if I go to the home and I go to this little widget, this is what I call the widget, and we wouldn't go to edit page, we would go to site content. So more times, 95% of the time, you're always going to go to site contents to do your updates.
Okay.
And every mini site has its own site contents. So we're just at the home page site contents, and this is what their home page's site looks like. But because we're at the very top of the tier, if we scroll down, we're going to see all these subsites down here. So underneath the page, we have subsites.
Okay.
So we've got our About Us subsite, got energy weatherization subsite, we've got home buyers and homeowners, homelessness, so on.
Okay.
So this is another way to get to the subsite versus navigating it on the page level. You could start at the home page, go to site content, go to the widget, then go to site contents, scroll down, and your information for agency reports and public hearings. No, public hearings is in Get Involved. Okay, so we'll work with the bond reports first. So we click on About Us, and it takes us directly to that dashboard. And we are in this mini site.
Okay.
And the other way to kind of tell that you're in the right spot is by looking at the navigation bar. If it has About Us here, you're in that mini site world.
Okay. Now
you just need to go behind the scenes. So you go to the widget, to site contents, and this is where you update information behind the scenes. You don't necessarily do things at the page level anymore, because those pages use things called web parts, accordions, tables that flatten the site. And all you do now is go to that table and update the table, save it, and then it's published right away.
Oh, nice.
You don't have to go through submit, approve, and then publish.
Okay.
And you won't get all those tons of emails that you get when you publish something. You know, you get all those emails bounced to you after you publish something.
Yes.
So now we do things behind the scenes, and it's much faster.
Ah.
Okay, so I just had to get you to the mini site. Does that make sense so far?
Yes.
Okay. So now we'll go back to the fact that you have 2 PDFs that are ready to be uploaded. So your mini site is shared, HR, Public Affairs, director's messages, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Have their own yellow table, okay? See these little yellow tables icons? Okay. That's their web part that they work with. Yours is in reports, okay? But we won't get there just yet. We first need to get your 2 PDFs into documents. So the first thing that you would do when you get to your mini site is you would click documents, and then your folder is the first one for bond reports.
Okay.
So you would click that. And what you would need to do is make sure that your bond reports stay the same name as these right here.
Okay.
So no revised at the end, no initials, revised initials or dates, no years, no nothing. Make your change on your drive or your network before you are ready to so you make your, whatever file it is, the same name, and then all you would do is drag and drop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you don't have to upload it or whatever. It was just drag and drop. It'll ask you if you want to replace it, and you click yes. And right then and there, that file is actually linked to that page right now. You just need to update the information about that bond report, because I think right now it's an April one.
Yes.
So you would replace these 2 PDFs, and now we're going to go up to that widget, go to site contents to get back to this table where you work with your table. Click the reports table. Okay. So you share this table with other areas with a view. And let's see, I thought you were in this one, just a moment. Yeah, okay, you're under agency. So make sure you make this, you write this down. So reports is one big table. If I showed all the items here, it includes 3 different types of filters by a key.
Okay.
So your bond reports are under the key or view of agency. This allows me to just put a view on a specific page. So for agency reports, your number, I'm starting with 0, 1, 2. So if I go to that page, and agency reports, the first one, 0, is Oregon State.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see.
Number 1 is, yeah, starts with 0.
Okay.
So that's the
All right.
order that they go in.
Okay.
But you have to choose agency to just see the keys for agencies.
Okay.
Then all you would do is click the edit button here for bond disclosures. And this becomes like a little tiny web page.
Oh.
So if you had to make any changes to this language, that's where you would change it.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, so you would scroll all the way down, and you don't need to relink these because you kept the same name when you upload those 2 documents. So you would just need to upload or update this information.
Oh, no, that'll be good. Okay.
Yeah. And then once you hit save, you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to publish or anything. You just say. So that's how you do the bond disclosure reports. Now we're going to go to the public hearings or public notices. So I'm going to start from the home page again. And I think it's easiest to show people the back way to get to the mini sites versus going on the page level. It just gets to, you know, go here, click here, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go again to this widget. We're going to go to site contents. And we're going to scroll down, and public notices is under get involved.
Okay.
So as long as you see get involved here right after the home icon, you see get up here, you know you're in that mini site.
Okay.
So you don't need to necessarily look at the dashboard, but that's what that looks like. So we're going to go up to the widget. And so with your public hearings, as you think about this before you start getting into the website for a public hearing, you usually have a document or Word file that will tell you what the hearing is, what day the hearing is, if there's public comment, you know, it's just like one big body of text, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you might have a link to the document, right?
Right.
Okay. So if you have a document or a PDF that you need to upload, you would need to upload it first there in the mini site. So each mini site has a document folder.
Okay.
You would go, and I don't think there's one for bonds here, but I'll go ahead and just create it, and it'll be empty until you need to use it. So, or I'll just put, we don't have one for reports. So I'll just go bond. What would you like it to have? Bonds?
Either bonds or / hearings, so that I know that that's for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's where you would upload it. You would click there and have your PDF named. Now the one thing about PDFs or any type of file name is that it absolutely cannot have spaces in it. Okay. What happens when something has a space in it is it's not like this, but it's worse. It's like 4 or 5 different special characters that a browser will insert into the link when somebody clicks on it. And it just makes it a big mess so that Google Analytics can't read it for one. It won't show up in search engines nicely if they're looking for that particular document. And so you don't want spaces in file names.
Okay.
I want you to use dashes. If you have a file name that has a lot of words in it, separate each word with a dash. You don't need to include words like the and a and, you know, just those little small things. Keep your file names as short as you can with just those key phrases.
Okay.
Up into that report, you know, that hearing. Does that make
Can
sense?
Can I use underscores?
No, don't use underscores either.
Okay, so just dash.
Yeah, underscores are hard to read in a link. People think that they're spaces. So because a link is usually underlined anyway, that when you use an underscore, it just gets hidden under a link that's underlined that thing. So just use dashes.
Okay.
Okay, so no spaces, no dashes. And you can drag and drop. And I'm not so particular with uppercase, lowercase. Just be consistent as much as you can on that, because sometimes people start off with the date and then they'll have a name. And then other times they'll start with a name and then have the date at the end. And it just looks really messy for somebody to go back in and figure out if you've got a document there. It takes them 10 times more time to find something if you just had it all sorted by date and then a name.
Right.
So just keep it clean like that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to train you in the best practices if possible.
Yes,
All right.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay.
So you got your folder there. You would upload your folder, and then we go to public hearings. So if you ever in doubt, always look at your URL to see if you're in the right mini site, because every mini site has its own set of documents. And if you can't find something doesn't look right, you're probably in the wrong mini site.
Okay.
So we go to our widget and you go to site contents. And now we're in public notices. So you're sharing public notices with about 10 other people in our agency because they all have their public notices for their programs. Rules,
Right.
lots of people use it.
Right.
I tried to set this up as simple as I can. I'm going to go to the live site and just give you an idea of how that looks. It's in a different type of web part. It's using a table.
Mm-hmm.
And this table allows a person to search by a topic, like affordable housing. There's nothing that matches that. So let's try, I don't know if you have a bond one in here. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. That's what I'll be posting, stuff just like that.
Yep. Okay. So when you post something, eventually you'll want to go back and remove it when it's over with. So I don't know if this one is old or something, but anyway, we'll train you on how to remove one, but first we'll train you on how to add one.
Okay.
So, so there's going to be a start date, which is normally the hearing date. So I think I took, well, maybe I didn't do it the right one. It should have been the 19th versus the 12th.
Well, I do, Sue, I posted a week before the actual hearing.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a rule that it needs to be out there for 7 days. So you're
Okay.
right. I did post it on the 12th and the hearing's on the 19th. So you're right.
Okay. Okay. So whatever date that you posted it on, it should be the start date. And
Okay.
whether you put an end date, I guess it would be up to you. I don't know what would be an end date for this particular post, but maybe the date of the public, the last date to make a comment. I don't know.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
okay, whatever you
Okay.
decide. I didn't put
Okay.
one. Yeah. So on this particular one, you've got a start date, end date. Some public hearings have an actual end date. Some rules actually have an end date. So that's a column that I created. So you have a start date, an end date, a title, a notice type. There's different types. There's a public hearing. There's a public notice, a rule change. You'll see them.
Okay.
A long description. So this will make more sense once we go to the table on the back end. So we could scroll down and look at the previous one, but I think you got the hint on this. So if we do a new one, the way it gets sorted here is that the start date sorts them all.
Okay.
So I'm not sure why that 7 one didn't come up.
Come up.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Hmm.
I think that's what JC was asking me. How come it didn't work? Let me just go here. That's something I gotta troubleshoot.
Okay.
I won't take time now. But yeah, that should have come up.
Mm.
So she's got 2 here that are not showing up. All right, so there's a problem. Okay. Well, I'll get it fixed out, but so it could be that I need to add a key. And it could be that you know, when you had that with the bond reports, your report was under a view called agency right here.
Yes.
It could be that I need to create some sort of view by year, and it might be under 2020. So there could be a change once I figure out what's wrong, that you have to click 2020 in order to see them line up correctly, but I'll let you know. And I'll invite you to an open forum Q&A on a Friday morning, if you can make it, to get some of the more recent changes to some of the training.
Okay.
So as I come across these bugs, I have to fix them and then educate you at a later date.
Right. Makes sense.
Anyway, if the world was perfect, I'd go new item, and you can use this date thing, or you can just do manually 08-01-2020. And if you need to do an end date, fine. Then you give it a title,
Okay.
and then you can put as much information in here as you need to. So you probably copy from your Word file
Yes.
and paste it here.
Okay.
And then when you have a link in the paragraph, you would highlight it and go insert link from SharePoint.
Oh, interesting.
So what's going to happen when you link it from SharePoint is that it may open a different mini site than what you're supposed to pick from, okay?
Okay.
You'll need to do is be mindful about that and scroll down to the Get Involved mini site and click that arrow.
Oh, I see.
And then the documents,
Okay.
and then you'll choose your document from the bond hearing. There's not one there, but I'll just pick one from another one. I'll just choose one, and then you click insert.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a very, very important step here that I need to make sure that you know about. You first select your text and then link to SharePoint. You find the document under the Get Involved Documents folder. And then once you click insert, you're not done with that link yet. I need to educate you on the Oregon law now going forward. And this is for ADA, Accessibility Disability Act. And In California, just last year alone, there were over 11,500 lawsuits from individuals complaining against government websites that were not ADA compliant. And that's been going on for a lot of years. And every year it gets like another couple thousand. You would think that California would learn after just 1 or 2 years if they needed to get their government websites ADA compliant, because it just takes a minute to do this, but
Right.
government websites and they need to do a lot of work to get them to ADA. So every link, when I rebuilt this website, every link has the description that is needed to make it ADA. So after you connect it to that document, you need to highlight it again and copy it. Okay, copy the phrase, whatever, bond disclosure. I'll make it in the link. Bond disclosure policy and procedure. Okay. Whatever that link is supposed to say, you just need to copy it and with your mouse on that link, you go up to that link tab, and if it's a PDF, in the description here, you type PDF link : and then paste it.
Oh, okay.
And the reason that you do that is that people that are blind or have a poor eyesight and they have screen readers on their computers, the screen reader reads the text and the link and talks out loud to the person on the website, looking at the website, and it's saying, this is a PDF link that says bond disclosure policy and procedure.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the only way that a blind person or a poor eyesight person can know that that's a link. Okay?
Okay.
So that is now the law.
Wow.
And then the last step here is just to pick, you can pick more than one. If it's, public notice and a public hearing, then you can pick both of them, click save.
Okay.
Okay. And then it should show up right there. Let me refresh my screen and just see if it's gonna work. Nope, there's something wrong. Okay, so I have a feeling I know what it is. Let's just figure something out right here. I just gotta fix it.
Okay.
Pretty sure I know. Yep. Nope, that wasn't it. All right, I've got to put in a tech support pen. I'm not sure what's going on. Basically, that's all you would need to do. Once you save it, it goes live and it should show in that table. You would want to go to the live site to make sure it shows up, and you would want to test the link to make sure the link works.
Okay.
And then you're done. So it's as easy as doing the bond report, although I think the bond report is going to be easier for you just because you keep the file name of the document. You just drag and drop, that's done. Then you go to your table with that yellow icon for reports, choose the agency view and then go down and edit that date for the April or whatever month it's to be, whatever.
Right.
So those are, what I've showed you today is basically the same information that I need to train the other 2 people, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, I will save this recording and send it to you. For you to look at again once it's time for you to do another update so that you can remember.
Okay.
And I'll let you know about this public hearings notice bug fix that's going on. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's not working, so like it should.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Sue.
Have a good day.
You too. Take
Okay.
care.
You too. Bye.